Good evening, everybody. I'm Stu the Frugal Video Gamer, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. And whoop, had a bit of a lag bit there. And let's I'll go Monarch first. And Cascadia, because that's the one I had access to first, I believe.
Message from Dr. Wells. We'd like to congratulate you on finding a route to Monarch.
Put it on screen.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
You sound like you've been to Monarch.
No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps?
Or should
I certainly wouldn't call it boring, especially if your idea of fun involves navigating a hostile biosphere populated by carnivorous
Is he still talking about
monsters.
politics?
You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to... Come see me in my...
Alright.
Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
Captain, an unusual wavelength is coming through Monarch's aether wave frequencies.
The Eternal is in us all. The OSI would have you believe that your place in society, indeed, a man who works in the mines of Hephaestus, coating his lungs in mercury dust for not but a few bits a night. This fate is set in stone? When he dies young, coughing up black blood, his part in the grand plan? No, I say.
So
Greatness
there's a bit
is
of,
in everyone, not just those so fortunate as to have been born into prosperity.
That was unexpected and odd.
What was that?
Analyzing the subtextual ordering. I believe it was a type of sermon,
So
Captain.
yeah, there's a bit of the
Very
caste system at
zealous
work here, it
in
seems.
origin. Of course, what part of the colony? Where in Terra 2? Any crew traveling to Roseway will find themselves unofficially in officially uncharted space. Roseway has been removed from all Halcyon... Here we go. Due to catastrophic financial losses, Redacted reportedly abandoned the town. However, there is an unsubstantiated rumor that Redacted, in actuality, continued to secretly develop Redacted products by experimenting on Redacted imported from Redacted. How very revealing. Why else do humans do anything? I believe the decision was a result of money squabbles. I wish... Of course, what part of the... We're clear to dock with the... If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been... I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship. You are more than welcome. The groundbreaker was Halcyon's freighter, many of Halcyon's company. I have...
Oh, nice.
Of course. What part of the... Where in my... Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death. There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death. The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia ahead. This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? Please do not leave items lying about the cargo hold.
That was unusual. Not Sam. There we go. Yeah, you were a little toasty on the lap fizz gig. I wish I could bring my arms up a little further. Oh. Okay, so I've got to go Stellar Bay, apparently. Look like you've got a little gunk in your eye, buddy.
Did you bring me anything? New parts? Last weekend's crossword puzzle? We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Yeah, same too. Am I missing something here? Okay. Oh, there we go.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Buddy. Well, that is my ship on the landing pad next to you.
I knew it. See, I made what you call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes.
Why are you cut off?
On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your... I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got... We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-roaders who do make it out here are sublet. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots, but that's all.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots of... Mr. Sandra will be mighty pleased to meet you. Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe...
What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight ship, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard any... I couldn't really... But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my...
Boss, come on. Black Hole Birdie.
The Holmeister. The Hack Attack. That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch.
Actually, I've been in hibernation for decades.
You're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes on in the rest of Stellar Bay. Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building.
You're probably looking for Velma. Watch out.
We're not the best equipped. Scouting for rabbits keeps us on our toes.
Laws. Can't a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace? What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place. And how should they know what they're missing? I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated
Unfortunately, I don't
town,
have that
with regular
chat here
shipments
right
of
now. I'm still
Anticleo's
trying to figure
best
out
and all
what
the
on earth
cereals.
is going on with the YouTube
Before
stream.
Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted. Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you make...
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
Alrighty.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood. So it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
You guys are going to meet you.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace.
I'll stay in chat, but you look like you've had enough.
Another in a long line of damn fools trying to cut me off. I'll buy my own poison then.
Honey bun?
What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
No. No. Stop that. I told you can find me an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than...
What do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways.
You mean caffeinoid? That stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work.
Oh boy. Are you kidding me, honey bun? Okay, there's the dispensary apparently.
Velma seen us next to you? She's always cranky.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. The brat's missing, she's working doubles and needs a break.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by any time you like. Hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Velma's gonna be extra cranky.
She looks a little like Gladys.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd
Young woman.
remember. What can I... And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to... Who's your... Aren't you a saucy thing? I may not be a fresh young thing anymore,
Holy
but with
shit.
age comes
She is
experience,
shameless.
dearie.
Uh-huh. Oh, you show me.
Much as I'd love to, my rheumatism is especially fierce at the moment, and I'm all out of my medicine. But I'd hate to send you away empty. Now, there's no keeping secret. Also, I really do have to enter someone's name for the... Indeed. Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join him. Now I've gone and said too much. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't...
Okay, apparently that... Oh, okay, that means someone else is helping me get it, I think. Honey bun, you're about falling over in my lap.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be and to keep an extra key to the supply room. Careless experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor. It's a philosophist's. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certain?
You're gonna go tussle with some raptidons? Because I've been practicing my dropkick.
Do be careful. I'd hate for anything.
No, bathroom. Did I just stumble across a fanfic?
Hello again. Such a...
That wouldn't have been good.
Hello. She works over at the fishery. Why, just the other day, I heard her Oh, but here I go again. What? Now that can't be. Ms. Rammarine Wentworth has already exceeded the month's... Oh. Dear me. Bob, here's Neoka's caffeinoid, and if I know her, do take...
Alright. I need to increase my gunning skills. Oh. Okay, I'll go and search the body too. Because why not?
Rathmas and painted eyes, right here.
Well. If you plan on sitting...
I could use a few and tell it myself.
Now what can I... Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have, something else. Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more but it had a fancy ring to it. Don't. Speaking of.
The Charmer. More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. That hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go. Great. Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. We'll be going south and west. Most, if you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River. That said, three's all...
As long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome.
You look like a preacher. You a traveling vicar?
In a manner of speaking.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Rams folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a rafting camp. And still gripping, too.
The plan unfolds as the
No, I'm
plan
good.
unfolds.
Thank you, babe.
To vicar and layman alike.
We don't get many outsiders.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir. Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
Alrighty. Having money trouble?
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings, whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of a Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are...
Let's ask him on a date.
I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Friends don't let friends skip leg day. That's all I need.
Sorry. Have you talked to Seth?
Grimace.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but I'll warn you.
What's up? I took a job once to clear out a rap nest. Partnered up with a fellow out of Fallbrook who called himself Dirty Don. Bit on the shorter side. Had a penchant for cards. Thing is, he introduces himself and the man is immaculate. Clean. He had a flowery presence to him. A pleasantness that didn't invade your space. He was just there and you were glad for it. I wouldn't believe it myself had I not met the man. But when we got to the nest, I found out firsthand. Dirty Don killed those raptidons with his bare hands. His bare fucking hands, Captain. He was a whirlwind of grotesque primal fury. In the end, he stood drenched in blood over the entrails of a dozen raps. If he had a scratch on him, I wouldn't have been able to tell. It was glorious. Day came when he tried to take on a mannequin. Got himself eaten one limb at a time. Wonder if he tasted like some. Oh well, live and learn.
Oh, wait a minute. Chef Raymond.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in a... You look like a man who's looking...
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen. I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in...
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the pro... You're in good hands. Traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want... I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought...
Mr. Pickett?
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Mantiqueens, especially.
I kept telling him he was a fool for chasing Mantiqueen tail. Anyone looking to get familiar with a queen is liable to become the bitch's supper.
Oh my. Sure. Who wouldn't be? He kept talking about collecting a queen to take back to Terra 2. Didn't make no kind of sense to me. Mantiqueens won't... Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett. But I haven't seen him in a few... Tell you what, I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look... All right then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned...
Past the ruins? That's Manta territory, all right. My professional opinion is that we leave that idiot.
Last Mantiqueen I saw was in the wilds out that-a-ways. Yeah. Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that... I hope it's working okay, because no one else really... Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any...
I promise she won't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it.
Awesome.
Well, new business. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
No, you have a meeting with me.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now. What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured.
Afraid not.
Oh, shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg aged whiskey for an occasion. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom. Surviving alone isn't as easy. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Something to be said for perseverance. I endeavor to persevere myself.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such...
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes, what if you sit down and tally up the costs? How you provide for yourself in the absence of aid? How you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy? It starts to lose its shine.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
I don't know what intellectualism means, but if someone's willing to build us a few practical things around here, I ain't gonna judge them on account of their beliefs.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our turn.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile...
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach. And the first part...
How long did it take you to figure out that you need to defend your city?
Not long, but the devil is always in the details. And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive...
And you'll have a powerful app.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance. I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but...
You do tend...
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town. These days, it's overrun with... So taciturn, so dour. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. What can I do? I see. And was... Well, that's excellent. What else can I do?
Have you talked to Spat? Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a baby Celia, I've secretly been waiting for this? Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
He likes you, Celia. Just don't ask for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things. Anyhow.
Reviews guidelines for annual self-reviews, like one for annual self-review format. Tell Celia she's doing it next. Okay, you know what? I like him simply because of that aspect. He actually does seem to value his employees. Buddy.
If you leave town, watch out.
Okay, Sanjar I like.
That is the raps.
Gives constructive criticism, although it can be a little detail-focused. He values his employees. He even tells them, like, yeah, you've been working too hard. Take some time off. That is a hell of a departure.
Please, I need you. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy is... Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away. Don't you tell me to calm down. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons. Man, please. He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired.
One thing that her little boy is my age.
But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is. I warned him. A Raptidon would... He should have listened to his mama. He's been listening to those awful broadcasts. And now I just know my boy.
If a queen got to him, he died quick. Ought to be thankful for that. Most aren't so lucky.
Oh. That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know, or that he never made it. Sprats, or maybe Marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drums and made him snort them.
Literally in the window.
Things that could happen to my sweet baby. Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound... How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons. If they weren't whole... Well, I guess I can't add... I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. You look for him in Amber Hut, and if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Yeah, her boy is definitely my age. Oh, crap, I forgot about that. I'll actually go with this one first.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I... If you don't see it, I don't got it.
Stop that. Thank you. Huh.
I think I'm good. No! No! I just stepped in a dead man's blood. If you're going into the apartments, do not. Now,
Now I said lower right.
What a gruesome way to die.
Even Stellar Bay ain't safe these days. What's the world coming to?
Oh. Stainless steel rack. Just plan on leaving. And foul smell coming from upstairs.
Whatever you do, don't let it cross the line. You'll never hear the end of it.
Slap your family.
You startled me. Don't stick.
Okay, so she's allied with the Iconoclasts, I think they are. Reputation. Here we are.
watch your steps to venture outside the wall.
Nice to see Nyoka on the mend.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You will. I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? Maybe we're not. So. Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda. Like, all it means is the tossball games. Poor Isaac. I was wondering what. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow. They were pretty distinct. Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter, other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddy. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with me.
That's her too. perks. Let's see. Sure, why not?
Smells like rat in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the salt.
Okay, so Velma should be in here somewhere.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you
Any word on Braxton?
nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come. Sorry. Seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough. Hope you can forgive my temper. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors.
Too many.
He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. It means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she'll something. Stealing such an... And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get you... We're not like those corporate towns. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton... This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him that about... No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me... She runs the betting parlor across. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous... Damn right. It's staying locked up in my office. Sure can. Sure.
Okay. That'll work.
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them. He and his whole crew walked out. Because we've got a budget, all right? You mind slapping him around? I'm joking. Mostly. If you can find a way to get a Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like...
Okay.
Velma's not so bad. Long as you afford it.
Wouldn't mind smelling like salt tuna.
There's the iPhone.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peels, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting the wonderful directorate.
Nice to see you.
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Miss Ramnareem Wentworth?
Only when I got a job to do. And even that ain't a guarantee.
Talk to Caleb. He speaks for all of us.
Oh!
New face, huh? You from Offworld? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Why don't you grab a chair? Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own. Well, as long as we don't run out. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough.
What could be so bad it made you walk on the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refused. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're... Sure thing. Not forever. We each saved up our bits. Nice. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking, the others wanted to blackmail her. We're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know. So far, it's just gossip, you know.
You look like a man.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Oh, this is gonna be... Yeah, this is definitely gonna come to blows.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our seat. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. And not that...
I'm making it my business. Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah? What... Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine. We're going.
What do you think you're... Next time, don't go acting all suspicious.
Huh. Gotta admit, I'm more than a little surprised that worked. Or that I was able to do that non-violently to begin with.
A vicar, huh? You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnarine Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
I met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Can't get more brutally true than survival of the fittest. But don't mistake us all for blind fools. Intellect plays a large part in who stays among the living.
Glad to hear it.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, anyway. But that's terrible. I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but... Of course I would. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this... Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he... You'd head south along the road, but I see you've met me.
He just wants me out of his bar.
Then it's good that I... Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being caught up... Indeed. We've got... If membership on the board can ease our hardships... Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more...
Don't get ahead of your...
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
It's straight bullshit is what it is. The fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or
unnecessary...
That's exactly how the board describes it. Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run
And
a
this guy,
business that way.
I like him. I really do.
He and his followers call themselves...
I will admit, I am keen...
Well, be careful what you wish for. I'm trying to build something here. It isn't just that they do. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels. And he's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame.
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that for many years this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then it was known as Terra 1. Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally... Our leadership at the time, sir.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a law, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. It's humane.
Thank you.
It's also good business sense.
Okay.
Exhausted,
I love this guy.
sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
Seriously.
Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
I have to give them a finger.
In a manner of speaking, many of us stayed behind in an act of quiet
Okay,
but
this
firm
one I'm
defiance.
absolutely
As the
helping
most
Sun.
senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left
Seriously,
of
he's
MSI.
not towing the party line.
I
He's
moved
got
forward
his
with
own
our planned
ideas.
reforms as well as our strategy to assume
And he's a
ownership
damn
of the
good
planet.
boss.
Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official... I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly... Why wouldn't it? To be... I'm not a man. If membership on the board can eat... Oh, believe me, I've learned. My hope is to maintain... What can I do?
Really like that guy. Seriously, that's how a boss should be. Eric's handiwork. Oh. Yeah, I want to get to the bottom of the Saltuna bit.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome...
Because if she is skimming off the top, absolutely want to know. And call her out for that. If she is not, though... Nope. Oh, I get. This would be okay. Oh. She is then. Yeah, I'm absolutely calling her out for that and like, hey, pay him out of your pocket then. Ow.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome.
We're spat in your spirits, Velma.
You notice my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
You try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does. Anyway. Sure can. If you want to... Unless you're here to tell me he's... Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook. Not me. Sublights dim... I don't have the bits for it. Besides, if I make an...
She's principled, in at least this area.
Thank you. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back.
I saw your accounts. You've been skimming money for years. You can afford to pay more.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not...
Ironic, isn't it?
I'm the one who keeps this place run.
That sounds remarkably like Caleb's argument.
Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise. But I... Something
Awesome.
else...
I was able to play hardball, but not to the point of being an ass about it. Oh yeah, actually I do want to see what she says. I think it's, right?
If it isn't the famous hacker, what can... Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no... Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet.
Did I trade you for it?
I don't know. This isn't just some poster. It's a genuine tossball artifact. The Black Hole doesn't even sign things anymore. He just puts a stamp on them. Of course, the only reason I asked Velma about it in the first place was because those sublight fellas lost my shipment of official tossball jerseys. I was gonna line the walls with them. Of course not. No, authentic means cloak. Anyway, I guess they tried to take a shortcut around Amber Heights, but they lost a bunch of cargo, including my jersey. Only if it doesn't get in the way of your busy schedule.
Boy. Huh. Are you serious? Jeez. No wonder a murder went uninvestigated. The secret people. I think that's what I mean. That's not great. Can I jump over there? Maybe I could have, but yeah.
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
So, finally, now she can stop buying that junk.
You again? You've really... Braxton, I've never even heard of a
What? You've been taking drugs.
No, okay, maybe, just a little. Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the marauders and the Oh, damn. He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some meds on hand. So...
We're in agreement that this Braxton is probably dead, right?
Jeez, Vicar, where's your optimism? What, honey bun?
Got any news from the resting house yet?
Watch your step if the big time.
Oh, there's the show.
Outside help around here.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart.
Because there's no shame in having overactive bladder muscles, all right? It's a perfectly normal medical condition. Besides, only every day. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with Sublight, which would mean reaching fall... Nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in... Even talking about it as my blood... That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town. What with them? I can whip one up for... Whoa, hold on. Okay. Leak contained. My start. Look, Captain. I'm mighty glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
After I just about scared the piss out of him. Oh, okay, they are back at work already. Oh, nice. Damn it.
No one saw me trip over that, right?
Any news?
Alright. Good Lord, she's such a hyper little thing.
If you want to talk to the boss, she's in the back of the warehouse.
I'd give you a friendly... He's getting his... some... Stealing such a... And yeah, We're not like... But...
Okay, let's see. Eric's handiwork. Oh, crap. Thought I had gotten that sort of squared away. Is that in the wrong building?
In case I did not...
Okay, I was in a different building and didn't realize it.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sure. How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with a bit card of her. Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but now me and my friend...
Okay, hop on the ship.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance
Oh,
on the
boy.
ship.
You're adjusting before you pull. You're anticipating. You...
Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control here, our body, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. You're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten cell tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hips square. Lean forward a little. It's just equipment. You're just an engineer using it. Okay. We'll try again later. You'll get it. I promise.
Whoever has been in the shower for the past 40 minutes, I am shutting off the hot water now.
So that was the disturbance was... Okay. I'm thinking Ellie, honestly.
I have received a transmission from Roseway, from
Oh.
Dr. Shaw. Welcome back, Captain. I have received a transmission.
What? Oh, is this on? Oh, it's on right now. Oh, blast. Hello? Hello? I'll keep this short, lest I get caught. Please? Now, how do I?
The transmission.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So, looks like I'm doing Roseway first. Where is it? Oh yeah, Terra 2.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Keep these two for now. I'll admit I'm feeling a little groggy-headed again. Not sure why, I'll admit. I'm assuming he's improved upon his design, or... Where was the building, though? Wasn't there... Wasn't Tom's building? Wasn't that building... Over here? Yep, over here.
Ah, I remember you. You must... Aha. I knew that. I asked you here because I have a working prototype of the Altinature, Auntie Cleo's very first weapon. I'd like you to have it before it gets confiscated. The schematics you fetch for me lent themselves well to the creation of the beauty you now possess. Unfortunately, Auntie Cleo R&D felt otherwise.
The market's already saturated, they said. Weapons are everywhere. They aren't interested in mass-producing the Given your unlawful proclivities, I thought it'd be safest with you. So here we are.
I kind of like that guy. Ooh, nice. Actually, let's see how he is at the cons. Wait. Where the hell is he?
Hey. Carry on.
Where the hell is he?
Questioning authority, the most common...
The one guy down here, right? Okay.
Better days are coming. I can smell them.
Seriously, where is he? Okay, so this is his personal quarters. I mean, honestly, where the hell is he? Usually, where's Jameson in relation to there? I want to see one of the ground floor apartments? Yep.
Thanks for getting me.
Okay. Well, that's a bust. I'm not sure. Huh. What the hell happened to him? I hope he didn't go the same way Reed did.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Oh boy. Oop.
Max. Maximilian. Vicar. Vicky.
What?
Shoot, I forgot. It'll come to me.
Hey, Cap. Oh, that's just Frida. She's the first rapt I ever killed. It had been when I was a kid, so something on the order of 20 years. My parents were very... Me too, to be honest. I'd have thought she'd have started rotting years ago, counting my blessings. Her. And of course, she's a great conversationalist. Hey, Cap. I'm still not quite sure what to make of that Max fellow. Sometimes he reminds me of Anders, and the way he stares at things as if he's gonna dismantle them. Shit.
Nope, not letting... You know what? I'm not pushing. Talk when you're ready.
I will. Hey, Cap.
Okay, didn't anticipate that quick of a shutdown. Alrighty. Back to the groundbreaker.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Actually, is there a way to change companions without reboarding the ship? I'm gonna have to take a quick gander. Because I meant to... Well, yeah, I can just wait. Meant to... Shit. Yeah, I want her and Ellie. because of the sublight stuff. Honestly, that's not too bad. Oh yeah,
Something on your...
Did she have a weird blip?
If this is something Tobias could handle? Sure is. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some... We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Fine. A few of my contractors run flight. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their...
How unconventional? Asking for a friend.
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone. When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas. It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nucleon in your cells.
But it can be a lot of fun. You don't mind the possibility of rewiring your body on an atomic...
You and I have different notions of fun. Now, get going. One last thing. When you're... Don't go looking for any. You'll do fine.
Think I'll watch our backs all day.
And actually, I am going to be taking the doctor, or Vicar, I think.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall? Most likely, the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad. Or hilarious. There's a tiny chance of a hull puncture, which would suck us into space one chunk at a time. Bad and hilarious.
Ugh. Just imagine that makes me sick.
That's why we don't miss.
Hey,
Something.
Oh, so 2 there. I really am waiting for me to screw that up.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
And yeah, I'll go with Vicar. Okay, and she said it was in the... Oh. Boy, I was blind apparently.
Have you had time to check on the...
Acrophobia. Yeah, sure. Hmm. Space Cram Continual. Cute. Oh. Lilia Antediluvian. Oh.
Hey, Cap. Got a minute? Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow. Preferably before we get to high. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed. And I could use the help. Well, we'll see about that. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking... Nothing I can't... We can't handle. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places. But the family... I saw it happen. Hell, one of them was in the arms.
Oh.
His name was Hayes, and he's our first stop. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to Barry. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems.
Okay, the drinking is a lot more
kicked us all out.
readily apparent.
If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together. Oh yes.
That's all. What?
Nope, that ain't working. So I'll go secret people first.
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.
Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
Everyone all right?
anger a man of the cloth.
Huh. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure... this used to be one of his. Or, well, his organization's anyway. And that is a top hat. I'll go with the size of it. Why not?
Careful. Only things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
I believe this is...
Boy, take you!
Nice hit!
Yeah, damn.
That's the last of them.
Ooh, I might need to cut this one somewhat short, simply because my computer, well, I'm getting a lot of heat out of my computer right now. Oh, is this where the one guy was going?
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your
Yeah,
step.
I'm with that.
People ain't this friendly outside.
I, for one, welcome a reprieve from our travels. That is, if you'll have us, kind sir.
That's the spirit. Now come in, Nick.
I'm looking for a man named Braxton.
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The
Oh,
Raptidons
boy.
and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must... I'm sure I would remember. Now, quit fretting yourself about that.
Something ain't
Yeah.
right about
I'm with that.
What a pleasant surprise. Yet the eternal...
Only if you give yourself over to the plan, Martha. May I call you Martha?
By all means, just make yourself comfortable. Company is always... The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share the spark. Out here, we are free. Just that your presence here is a gift to us. Look at me, rattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner? Sorry, I'm not real good with, It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the details slip. Other times it's like there's... That's nice of you. I usually feel better after.
Yep. Fully expecting to find his body somewhere up here.
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies? That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore. He said they were making us sick.
Oh.
Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said, I don't know. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever.
When she said that, reminded me of a rat licking its chops.
Hey! Liar! You're trying to steal the last... The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it.
Yes, honey bun? No. Thank you. Ow. There we go. At the very least, they've got them locked up.
This sulfur-sodden asshole. Ain't enough that the raps eat everyone? Now people are doing it too.
Yeah, that family's dying. Or I'm at least confronting them.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear.
A murdering cannibal accuses me of being nosy.
Quickly, my dear. He's getting agitated. We can't let the meat spoil.
Don't worry.
Nice hit! Sometimes violence is the only way.
Whew.
Careful, you're hurt.
They deserve to die so quickly.
Yes, these people deserved much, much worse.
I do feel kind of sorry for Lizzie, though. I'd be half surprised if she genuinely didn't know what the hell was going on with that. I wish I could have spared her, actually. Alright, let's see about this Boltus's name weapon. Or, yeah, weapon.
Watch and learn. Subtle welcome. We were destined to prevail. Who would like to die first? Perfect.
Well, that's easy enough.
Here we go.
I'm liking the science weapons now, but I've actually gotten them boosted.
I've had quite enough of you.
Incoming! Nailed it, Cap. I am a storm!
Aircat, our survival.
Okay, apparently it's... Oh, okay. Heading is... Oh. Yeah, I'm thinking that could be useful. Because I've got a feeling that Graham, with his skills, is honestly a cult leader. Because that's kind of what he is. Could actually be a good complementary to the vermin. Buddy. Sorry. I don't think they figured that out yet. Who are you?
Thank the Eternal. I'm Huxley. Huxley, dear lady. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a mannequin showed up. Then Raptidon, who's a
thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna die. Now I'm out here.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back home?
Buddy.
Oh, you're traveling with someone. Never mind.
Sure you're okay with travel?
Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy and... Hey, who's your... Thanks.
Oh, okay. I'll just keep that in mind. And actually, like, I would have pointed that out to her, but it occurred to me that with how most of this environment has been, I could easily see them keeping it from being open from the inside as a security feature. Buddy, sorry, but come on. Not letting you on my lap right now. That'll work. Oh, okay, I could have gone that way then. Oh, and there's a door. Oh, of course. Fair enough.
Don't mess with us! I wonder what secrets these ruins contain.
Don't bother knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond with gunfire.
Yeah, it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. Who the hell came up with that tagline? Seriously.
Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
The trick is not to breathe through your nose.
Alrighty. Aw. And actually, I think for now that will be it for the time being. So in the meantime, have a nice